everyone, welcome back to my channel, GYPSYFALL Makeup. I am Gypsy, or Ashley, depending on how you know me. It's fall, people. It is fall. This is the look that I've created today. The very fall inspired. I kind of went into a little bit more detail about how I created it because I have been told by a couple of people now that my makeup creations are too advanced for them. I'm so sorry, but I also feel very honored that you guys would think that, because I still consider myself to be such a beginner. I originally started this channel because I wanted to kind of have a safe place for people to start to get into makeup and to start learning things without feeling like, oh, I should know this already, because that's not true. Everybody learns at their own pace, and not everybody's into this, and that's totally fine. But also, the world of makeup changes so frequently, it's really hard to keep up sometimes. Get ready for some fall looks, people. They are a-comin'. I hope that you enjoy this. Please tell me your thoughts. Please comment. I love reading your comments. I love getting suggestions. I love, like, a lot of people have been like texting me stuff, and that's totally fine. Please continue. But, you know, I like to see that you guys are out there and what your thoughts are and what your personal needs are when it comes to makeup. I can't really help you, like, cosign Elise. But yeah, please remember to comment throughout the video. I love it. Makes me feel very popular. So if you want to learn how this look was created, please stick around. Continue watching the movie. Not a movie. Continue watching the video. And here comes the makeup part. Alright, so I want to talk about these. These are all by Wet n Wild, and they've been my go-to face routine for the last couple of weeks now. They're so easy to use, really easy to blend and control, and it makes my makeup routine just so much faster. So first I'm going in with this Mega Glow Makeup Stick by Wet n Wild in You're a Natural. And you can blend this in with your fingers, but for today, I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender. Next I'm going in with this concealer. It is called Nude for Thought. Highlighting where I would normally highlight, and I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, buff that in. See how natural it looks? It just looks so still like my skin than like any other face product that I've used. And the thing is that my skin changes so much. It goes from oily to dry throughout the season, and I almost, it's like a guessing game with my foundation. To contour, I'm going to use another Mega Glow. This is in the shade Oaks on You. That's hilarious. This is the first time I'm reading any of these names. Going for a high contour today so that my face can appear lifted. Contour around the jawline. A little on the forehead. And a little on my nose. I'm just taking my beauty blender to blend it all in. As you can see, that took little to no effort. It went from this to this. That's freaking amazing. To sharpen up that contour a little, I'm going back in with Nude for Thought right underneath the contour and sharpen it up. And for blush, I've been using one of their sticks as well. This is the Mega Glow Blush in Floral Majority. And I just apply that right on top of my contour, right under my highlight. And I blend that in with my beauty blender as well. Gives me the rosiest complexion. And as you can see, it looks like just my face. It looks like I literally didn't do anything to my face. They're the most amazing products. I don't know why nobody's talking about these. 10 out of 10 would recommend. This stuff is amazing. And I'm just like blown away. It lasts so long. I never have to worry about touching it up. I never have to worry about it like separating and looking gross. It looks so good all day long. Freaking love this stuff. I feel like 10 times cuter already, and I haven't even done my eyes. That's the power of a good foundation, y'all. But here's the real secret to getting the dewiest skin in the entire world. It is the Glossier Halo Scope Stick Highlighter. This is in the shade Moonstone. Words cannot express how happy I am that this is in my life. No more words. I'm just gonna show you. Just gonna show you. As you can see, it's kind of more subtle than other highlighters, but this, I mean, if you're going for a natural look, I mean, if you're not impressed by that, then I don't know what to tell you. It's glorious. It's beautiful. It literally makes me feel like rain has just trickled down my face and illuminated the best possible area to illuminate. It's a great day when you can find stuff that makes you look like you're not wearing any makeup at all. And it literally took me less than 5 minutes to even get this far. That's unheard of. And I feel freaking cute and adorable. Moving on. Let's move on to our eyes. I'm still priming my eyes with my Shape Tape. I've moved away from Shape Tape for concealer because I feel like either I think my face has just changed, just my skin, but I feel like it just gets really dry throughout the day. It's still one of my favorite concealers. For my skin type right now, that the Shape Tape isn't working for me anymore, but it's still one of the best eyelid primers that I've ever used. In the hustle and bustle of me trying to do a lot of Halloween makeup tutorials, I don't feel like I properly got to introduce this baby, and this palette is rad. This is the Juvia's Place Magic palette. Let's introduce this palette. It's a mess because I used it for almost all of my Halloween looks. There's so much versatility in here. It's so pretty, and there's so many looks that you can make with it. But I want to do a fall look today because it's fall. I got on my fall sweater. It's like misty outside. It's time for fall. So I want to use this palette for it. So first I'm going to go in with this color Cassie and put it all over my eyelid. Don't want any creasing. So what I just did with that color Cassie, that is called a base color. So first we've primed our eyes, now we're putting on a base color. This is a color that's going to go all over the lid so that you can get the most pigment and the most correct colors out of your eyeshadows. Literally gave me a heart attack. So the next color we're going to go in with is called the transition color. This is a color that you're going to lay down, that whatever you put on top of it is going to make it look all the more seamless and all the more blended. And for that, I'm going to use this color right here. This color is called Nana, or Nana. Tap it out so that you don't have a lot of fallout. That's what you call it when eyeshadow starts to crumble and ruins your face makeup. I don't have a lot of lid space for a lot of creation, so I'm going to apply my transition shade a little bit above my natural crease so that it can appear that I have bigger eyelid space. Right about here. Going in with a little bit more of that Nana color, or Nana, just like that. And I'm gonna buff some more in. And using windshield wiper motions back and forth to blend it, just like that. Remember that eyeshadow and all makeup is in its own way an art form, and you don't want to rush it. Take your time, take pleasure, blend it out. Use very soft strokes back and forth and up. Don't apply a lot of pressure. And that's how you apply a transition shade. So next I want to warm that up a little bit, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Zakia. It's coming out kind of red in the camera, but it's more like a burnt orange. And still on this fluffy brush, I'm just applying it. I'm literally just tapping. Now I'm going to tap it off. And in my actual crease, I'm going to apply it like so. And then blending it using windshield wiper motions. So because we use that transition shade, it looks like so much more seamless than if I had just laid this on. And that's how you've applied your crease color. Pretty simple, right? So next I want to darken the outer V of my eyelids. And to do that, I'm going to use the Modern Renaissance palette. I know that you guys have seen this a bunch, but it is just a go-to for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of red and a little bit of brown, because this is a fall makeup look, and you can't have that without all of these colors combined, in my opinion. So I'm going to dip into red ochre and lightly pat that on the outer corner of my eye and just massage and work it in on the outer corner, and then tilt it into the fake crease that I've created. Just like that. Just laying down that color. And this is a very pigmented palette, so I barely tapped into it, and I tapped it off before I went in because I know how pigmented it is, and it's better to work with less and then add on more than to give yourself a whole bunch and then not be able to blend it or work with it. So as you can see, I'm just using tiny little circular motions and moving it to the areas that it needs to cover. So essentially what I did with that red ochre color is I'm using that as a transition shade as well, because I want to put a brown on top of that. And I just think that it'll go a lot seamlessly if I use a dark red, which I wanted red in there anyway, so it works. Next, on top of that red ochre, I'm going in with Cypress Umber. This is a very, very pigmented brown. So I'm just lightly dipping into that color and dusting off the excess. And close to my lash line, I'm going to start plotting where I need it and slowly working it up. So as you can see, it's just added a little bit of darkness on this side where it doesn't have it on this side. And I'm going to do exactly what we did for our transition shade and our crease shade, only on the bottom lash line. And my Anistasia Becerlyhills brush that came in my Modern Renaissance palette is my favorite brush to do my lower lash line with. First, we're going to go in with Nana again on the brush from Anastasia, and we're just going to apply it directly to the lower lid. Not doing this with a mirror is a bad idea. And then I'm just swiping it down, down, down to smoke that color out. So now that we've applied Nana, we're going to go in with Zakia. Put that on top. And smoke that out as well. Like so. And then I'm going to go in with the clean side of a fluffy brush and just go over top of that so that it's all blended in very nicely and naturally. So what I'm about to do next, you don't have to do. obviously you don't have to do any of this. You can leave it as it is if that's what you so choose. You can put on some glitter, some sparkles, some sort of shimmery shade. I want to go in with the shimmery shade from my Magic palette. But I don't want to just add it in there. I kind of want it to really stand out. So what we call this process is called cutting the crease. And this is only a semi-cut crease, because a true cut crease would go all the way across the crease of your lid, like I did in my gold Halloween makeup tutorial, if you've seen that. And how we achieve that look is we go in with a flat patting brush, and we go in with some sort of concealer. So what I like to do is I like to just take the brush and just a little bit of concealer on both sides. Not so much so that it would totally ruin your masterpiece. So something along the lines of this much, so that there's not a ton of excess, easy to control. That's the key word here, because I mean, you can take your look from 0 to 100 with this process, but you can also take it all the way back to 0 with a one simple wrong brush stroke. It's very dangerous. So next, what you do is you just plot where you want it to be. I want mine to be about here, and I take it all the way down like so, and then from the inner corner I lightly brush up to that place and lay it down. Next, what I like to do is I like to take another flat patting brush, much like this one, easy for patting down pigment. And I'm going to go back into my Magic palette, and I'm going to go in with this gold color. And then I go over to the area where I laid down concealer, and I just pat that right on top of it. And then go over the line that you've created with concealer with whatever pigment you're putting on top of it to kind of smudge out so it doesn't look super, super harsh, but rather more blended and natural. Next step I'm going to do is throw on some mascara. This is Lash Princess by Essence. This gives a false eyelash effect, and it is one of my go-to mascaras. The easiest way for me to put on mascara is to put a mirror underneath my face and just look down. Right, that way I don't mess up any of the hard work that I just put into my eyeshadow look. I think I'm going to keep this look pretty simple today and not put on any false eyelashes or any winged eyeliner, and I'm just gonna put mascara on the top and bottom lashes. For my eyebrows, because I don't really do that much for them, I'm going to go in with this Essence Make Me Brow eyebrow gel. This is an O2 Brownie Brows. They say not to do a bold lip with a bold eye look, but forget that noise, do whatever you want. Let's do an ombre lip. When you want to do an ombre lip, it's very, very simple. All you need is two colors. One color that's a little bit dark. So today I've got the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Budapest. And I have the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Monte Carlo. As you can see, this one's got a little bit of purple undertones, and this one's got definite red undertones. What you do is you just put them together. First, I'm going in with Budapest, lining the outside of my lips, and then filling the corners. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy, because you're just gonna go over top of that with the next color. Alright guys, that is it. That's the completed look that I have created for you today. I hope that it was informative. I hope that I took enough time explaining what I was doing so that you know, could follow along and not feel completely lost. I want you guys to feel vulnerable on this channel. Honestly, that's what I want. I just want this to be a place where people can come and they can learn. Makeup is not as difficult as people make it seem. So my words of encouragement would be just practice. Just take it with a grain of salt and just have fun doing it. Just take it as it comes. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Oh, also, if you guys are ever creating any of my looks or recreating any of the looks, please tell me about it. I would love to see if what I'm doing on here is in any way influencing your life at all. That would be like a dream come true. That'd be so cool. Tag me on Instagram at GYPSYDollMakeup. Also, I do have vlogs on this channel too. It's something that I've kind of been dabbling in. It's mostly about, you know, my day-to-day life, which is not very interesting, but it's also, you know, just about like me being single and me trying to go vegetarian, trying to kind of change my health and things that I do with my sister, things that have to do with makeup, things that have to do with just me being me. If you have any interest in that at all, feel free to check those out. It's just me being a dork. You know, it could be not interesting at all. So if you just want to stick around for the makeup part, that's totally fine too. Also, please tell your friends and your family about this channel if they have any interest in makeup. My stuff is word of mouth, and that's okay, you know? I'm not doing this to be famous, I'm doing it because I like it. I'm so glad that there are people out there that actually enjoy this. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe.